And then people leaving, like a lot of people are moving out of like New York and LA right now.
Yeah.
Like a lot of wealthy people, because they're getting sick of spending all this. I mean, they pay a lot in taxes. And I'm a liberal, okay? I'm a liberal in saying this. And that's another thing that pisses me off. I'm getting sick of anytime I want to have an opinion, I have to announce like I'm a liberal, or else I'm going to be like, excommunicated or something. And I'm sorry, but if you have to like announce that you're a part of a group and fear of like being like harassed by that group that you're a part of, that's like the first sign you're in a cult, right? Right?
Yeah.
Maybe, okay. So, but no, I get it, because I was out in LA for like 2 months, and I got chased down. Well, I mean, I got harassed by lots of homeless people, but I actually got chased down the street by a homeless guy while he was peeing. And then the cop that like stopped to help me said that there wasn't anything that they could do because he was suffering from mental illness. I'm like, dude, the guy just pissed all over my shoes and they are new, all right? Like, I had hepatitis on my shoes now, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, I'm sorry, and no, I don't care if he's suffering from mental illness. I mean, right now, he's just a crackhead who's out of crack. Like, I feel sorry for you, but are you paying for my new shoes? No. And I'm sorry, but like, I mean, too bad R. Kelly doesn't suffer from mental illness, or he'd still be singing right now. Or Louie CK would still be doing comedy. And like, look, I don't mind, like, I don't want to bring Louie into this, because honestly, Louie CK, with all that he did, and he's still one of my favorite comedians. And to be honest, I'd open for him. Right? I mean, listen, I'm sorry. I would let Louie CK come all over my face for a few feature spots. I'm sorry.
It's probably most comics, honestly.
Yeah, that's most comics. I mean, you got it. It's not trickle down. It's spiral up. All right. Like it's insanity at this point. And I don't know. I mean, listen, I'm just saying, humans really, when you think about it, we really haven't evolved that much over time, right? I mean, we're still cavemen with phones instead of rocks.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, back like in the
IROC.
Yeah.
The IROC 9 or whatever was the big thing in like caveman times. And everyone wanted the 10, but they couldn't afford it. So most people just still had the 9. They had to make it work. It wasn't as big. It didn't have as sharp edges like the 10 had. Yeah, maybe a little iron ore in it.
But they would just hit, but in the Paleolithic era, they would just hit you over the head with a rock and drag you back to the cave.
But did you ever think about the Paleolithic era? No one's like, I'm on the paleo diet. Like, that's just the diet they had because there was nothing else to eat.
Yeah.
So it's like, great, right? Like, everyone was thin and like probably looked really good, because they were on this paleo diet. Now you have to pay a lot of money. You have to get the book. You have to shop at Whole Foods in the paleo section, right? All this stuff just so you can look good. We're basically eating the diet of people 10,000 years ago who had an IROC 9, and didn't have to pay for anything because there's no money. They was just like chasing animals and bonking them over the head with their rock. And
they would leave. They drew pictures of their penises too.
Totally.
They did.
Oh, yeah.
They did. They took they're like in caves and trees, and that was
Well, what else are you gonna do?
And now they just send. I mean, they used to.
Now they send texts.
Now they just send. Yeah, they
send text message. Right.
Dick pics over the phone.
Dick pics. Right. We haven't changed much.
No, and I said, listen, every night Mohammeds from all over the Middle East send me dick pics and want a video chat with their dick out with nothing but a picnic blanket on their head. Like, and it's true. And if you've ever been curious about how ISIS got all those young girls to run away and like marry ISIS fighters,
dick pics.
It was the dick pics. Listen, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and that propaganda looked good. Like, listen, I'm just saying, lose the picnic blanket and let's make some babies. I mean, they got to be out of virgins by now, right?
Yeah, well, the virgins actually come after they die.
But they got to ISIS. But no, I just think that there's going to be a lot of disappointed terrorists when they get to heaven. Like, Muhammad's going to pop out and be like, sorry, you're running late. Looks like you boys are going to have to fight it out over Anne Frank. I know, I'm horrible. I can't help. It's my mental illness, okay? And I should be allowed to utilize my mental illness like Louie CK and R. Kelly and everyone else. And we don't know what, and seriously, right now, Muhammad and Anne Frank could be splitting a BLT sandwich for all we know with their gay friend Jesus. You don't know what goes on up there.